Greetings, Rover. What can I help you with today? I regret to inform you that Madam Magistrate is not in the City Hall. She has left for Mount Firmament. In fact, we have not heard back from her for days. Unfortunately, no. Please keep this confidential. The situation in Jinzhou is still unstable after our battle with the Threnodian. We must limit discussion of the Magistrate's whereabouts to a select few. When we captured Scar, he claimed that the Fraxidus had imprisoned our Sentinel. It was around the same time that Madam Magistrate lost track of Sentinel Jue. If our Sentinel is truly in danger, or if someone with malicious intent obtains this information, the potential consequences could be as catastrophic as the previous Threnodian invasion. In order to investigate the Sentinel's whereabouts, Madam Magistrate has left for Mount Firmament, its last recorded location. Madam Magistrate traveled to Mount Firmament alone. The looming threat of the Threnodian discouraged any additional diversion of human resources. Furthermore, when it comes to the Sentinel, force is not a viable solution. Madam Magistrate trusts you. It is beyond my authorization to meddle in your decisions. However, the landscape around Mount Firmament is complex. One must be accompanied by a special wayfinder to navigate safely. That's all I know. Currently, she's likely at the ferry terminal in Whining Ix's Mire. I'll reach out to her. To learn more about Mount Firmament, you can meet her at the ferry. I lack the same level of understanding of the situation there as she does. I trust Madam Magistrate's decisions. I will do my utmost to handle the public matters on her behalf while she is away. This worry about her safety won't leave me. In her last video message, I could tell she seemed weaker than usual, despite her efforts to maintain composure. Madam Magistrate's situation might not be optimistic. Rover, Mount Firmament is a dangerous place. Please take care. I have sent the coordinates to your terminal. Thank you for your kind help. I pray you will both return safely.
I'm listening. Hey, did you notice how the mountain has a strangely pleasant smell? It doesn't look edible, though. Of course you can. When I'm already so cool, you must be pretty amazing, too. And don't worry, if there's any danger coming your way, I'll wake up like clockwork, just like last time. Well, unless there's nothing that can even remotely challenge you. In that case, I probably won't wake up.
Let's head to the ferry. Mount Firmament. Our wayfinder should have plenty information to share.
Are you trapped here by the rain? I happen to be waiting for someone too. I am Chun-Li, your wayfinder. Don't worry, the rain won't last much longer. Our destination lies just beyond it. Rover, what do you know about Mount Firmament? There is a certain folk tale. Have you heard of it? While hiking in the mountains, a woodcutter came upon two people playing weiqi and became enthralled with their game. Upon his return home, he found a world transformed. Everything was different, as if in a new reality. That mountain was a secret realm where time worked differently. The woodcutter only spent half a day inside, but outside, a century had passed. Mount Firmament is such a place. But unlike this folktale, there is a price to pay for entering and exiting its grounds. If I spend a full day in the mountains, 10 days will be taken off my lifespan upon my leaving, reflecting the actual time that is passed outside. Not to mention, the situation on Mount Firmament right now is probably even more complex than before. The strange time patterns of Mount Firmament are tied to the Sentinel's temporal mandate. Time ebbs and flows at its will. If the Fraxidus really has imprisoned our Sentinel, causing it to lose control of its powers, that could explain the temporal disruptions. Which means Mount Firmament is basically a dead end, with no way. Lifespan is not the top of my concerns. If you've decided to venture there, I'll join you as your wayfinder. Jinzhou has stayed on Mount Firmament for too long. She doesn't miss a thing, does she? Before Jinzhou left for Mount Firmament, scales began appearing on her body, and her resonance ability was weakening. Those signs pointed to a dire situation for the Sentinel as well. That's why I must lead you there. You might have the key to solving our dilemma. You're here because I invited you. Sanhua was instructed to disclose my whereabouts if you ever went to City Hall and asked about Jinzhou. It's no surprise that you went to City Hall for answers, considering your memory loss and Jinzhi's prolonged absence. I need to tell you the truth, because you've been the top priority, no, the sole concern of our enemy, the Fraxidus. That overseer tried everything to sway you and make you join their side before our battle with the reviving Threnodian. It's a clear sign that your involvement could disrupt their plans, especially at Mount Firmament. Records at the Grand Library tell a tale of someone who dared to enter Mount Firmament after the Sentinel's descent, and they emerged unscathed, as if time had no hold on them. They were also said to have stood alongside the Sentinel. And here before me stands someone who bears an uncanny resemblance to that very individual. Is it you? If not you, who else could it be? It took me some effort to finally reach this conclusion.
Rover, the journey ahead is filled with danger at every turn. Once we venture into the mountains, there's no turning back. Are you sure you still want to join me? As your wayfinder, I'll lead you to your destination. What you do after that is entirely up to you. The rain is subsiding, and the sky will soon clear. It's time for us to head out. We're at the base of Mount Firmament, but we won't enter the temporal barrier until we cross the luminous shore. Shall we proceed? The storm is coming. Some people must be itching to pounce. The bridge has broken. Judging by its design and intricate details, it must be a creation of the court of Savante. This is what they call a chronosorter. It mimics the Sentinel's temporal mandate, able to reverse small-scale events and restore objects to their previous state. My master once told me about the Court of Savante and their fearless quest to unravel the mysteries of Mount Firmament, risking all in their pursuit of understanding its strange flow of time. Their dedication bore fruit in the form of fascinating inventions, such as this chronosorter. But it doesn't add up. Why hasn't this brilliant invention spread beyond Mount Firmament? This chronosorter was built beyond the temporal barrier, so its creator must have already paid the price for leaving. But even if they died, there are countless other CSC members who could replicate it. How did such advanced technology become lost? Or do these chronosorters stop functioning once they are removed from Mount Firmament? This chronosorter, weathered though it may appear, bears no signs of neglect. Someone has tended to it diligently. Let's give it a try.
Weren't they concerned about losing lifespan?
For those fanatics, nothing mattered more than the truth. To live every moment with overwhelming passion. How many can claim such a tenacious drive and unshakable determination? Rover, it's the Fraxidus.
Checkmate.
Lend me your power.
Shadow descends. One with the sounds.
Leave it to me. Oh. Photosynthesis. Bask in the sunlight.
Unstop. Now.
Fraxidus. It's them again.
They've set traps all around the luminous shore. They must have anticipated your arrival.
The entrance is sealed.
It's the photon barrier, another invention from the court of Savante. Specific steps must be followed to undo the barrier. Rover, I'll guide you. Use long-range weapons on the photon vaults to cut off its energy. Once we've reached the cave's end, we'll enter the domain of Mount Firmament. Proceed with caution.
So it can't hurt me.
Time on Mount Firmament used to simply flow slower than in the outside world. Visitors were safe as long as they remained within the temporal barrier. But what we're seeing now is different. The flow of time has gone haywire. This is what we call temporal disruptions. What was once slow and steady has become chaotic and turbulent. Some areas are frozen in time, while others speed up or slow down unpredictably. No one knows how much they'll age after leaving Mount Firmament, but aging from youth to old age may be a blessing compared to the unknown fate that awaits. Leaving Mount Firmament could turn any mortal to dust in just a moment. Such is the power of time within its walls. These poor creatures, trapped in the temporal disruption, are the most pitiful of all. Their bodies and minds have been ravaged by the chaotic time, leaving them in unimaginable suffering. So, it looks like the Fraxidus did manage to capture our Sentinel, leading to the temporal disruptions we are facing now. I had wished that my theories would turn out wrong. As expected, my terminal isn't working. We can't reach Jinzhou. The temporal disruption is preventing it from functioning. We can't waste a moment. Jinzhi's fate isn't the only one at stake. All the inhabitants of Mount Firmament are in danger. We need to hurry to Hongzhen, a town nestled at the heart of Mount Firmament. Jinzhou would likely pass through there on her search for the Sentinel.
The temporal disruptions have spared nothing on our way here. Cheng-Li, does that mean you're in danger too?
So far, nothing feels out of the ordinary. It seems the Sentinel contained the situation before being fully trapped. But I don't know how long this stability will hold. If I go down, please, don't worry about me. You need only focus on what you have to do. What's the matter? You dreamed of Hongzhen? It sounds like you did dream of this place. What you just described closely aligns with the accounts documented in our Grand Library. Over a century ago, a vast horde of tacit discords invaded Huanglong. Hongzhen suffered greatly during that onslaught. Thankfully, the Sentinel descended, manipulating time to erect a protective barrier, keeping those monsters at bay. Rover, perhaps that dream is more than just a dream. It could be a glimpse into your own past, and a guiding light for the future. Hongzhen is a pivotal location, linking various parts of Mount Firmament. With the Fraxidus now targeting us, they'll seize any opportunity to intercept our path. But every trap has its weak points. Someone has used their resonance ability here, but it feels different from the Fraxidus aggression. It's Jinzhou. And it seems like she used it in a dire situation. Could it be related to the people of Hongzhen? The traces lead deeper into the heart of Hongzhen. Let's keep moving. Don't let your guard down.
The trait... Someone fought here against those Fraxidus.
Must be Jinzhou. Her trails led to this location. Using her resonance ability too much would only worsen her condition. But she must have had a reason. Was she helping the people of Hongzhen find refuge?
Changli, there are traces here.
They're pointing north. Let's proceed in that direction.
Nowhere to hide. One with the sounds.
Now! Lend me your power.
Shadow descends. One with the sounds. Endure and defy. One with the sounds.
Ready for battle. Time to fight back. Wind Rider.
Nowhere to hide. One with the sounds. Keep it together. The traces disappear by the pond.
Rover, we need to keep an eye out for anything unusual.